Welcome to today's custom deep dive. Today, we're looking at a source called Navigating Geopolitical Volatility in AI-Driven Hospitality Strategy.
It's a bit of a mouthful of a title, but yeah, it's a fantastic read.
Right. And our mission for you today is to unpack how sudden global conflicts actually act as these real-time stress tests for the tourism industry, and how artificial intelligence is basically rewriting the playbook for survival.
Because in hospitality, I mean, consumer behavior just doesn't take months to shift anymore.
Exactly. When a geopolitical development breaks, the booking landscape alters within days.
Sometimes even hours.
Hours, yeah. It's staggering.
It really is. It's a fascinating look at the psychology of risk.
Yeah.
Because in this industry, perception easily outpaces geographic reality.
The spillover effect.
Yes, the spillover effect. The moment a region triggers a perceived risk threshold in the consumer's mind, we see this massive spillover.
Even if they're nowhere near the actual conflict.
Right. Perfectly safe, neighboring destinations experience immediate booking hesitation. Corporate travel budgets just freeze up. Group conferences get scrapped.
And insurance underwriters pull back across the board.
Exactly.
So even if a tourist spot is thousands of miles away from an actual conflict zone, the data shows an immediate drop simply because they share a regional border, or really just a general geographic association.
And that geographic association exposes a severe structural vulnerability.
Right.
Because relying on historical seasonality models,
Like, assuming this October will behave like last October.
right, which is practically a death sentence for revenue management during a crisis.
It really is. Those traditional forecasting models completely fracture.
They break down when hit with incredibly sharp compressed booking windows, and you get these localized spikes in last-minute cancellations.
Which means the static forecasting of the past has to be replaced with real-time demand sensing.
Yes.
Instead of waiting for cancellations to hit the ledger, modern AI tools are actively scraping global flight search API data
Tracking minute-by-minute booking velocity.
and analyzing traveler sentiment across social media and news channels.
They're isolating the early warning signals before a crisis fully materializes on the balance sheet. But the truly critical layer here is the aviation network.
Air connectivity.
Yeah, tourism systems are inextricably linked to air connectivity.
And the sheer computational power required to process that linkage is staggering.
Oh, absolutely.
If an algorithm is simultaneously tracking sudden airspace restrictions, increased fuel costs, and airlines reducing seat capacity to a specific region.
How does it translate that into a dynamic pricing model for a localized hotel group?
Exactly.
Well, it bypasses the human bottleneck entirely. Machine learning pricing engines ingest those fragmented aviation data points.
So if the AI detects that airlines are routing around restricted airspace and adding, say, 2 hours to a flight time, it knows demand will inevitably drop.
And it instantly adjusts room rates to outmaneuver slower competitors. It captures whatever demand remains at the optimized price point, while the legacy systems are still waiting for a weekly report.
Taking a step back from the specific algorithms, though, there is a broader operational lesson for you here.
A lesson in resilience.
Right. Attempting to predict the global environment perfectly is fundamentally less valuable than building the capacity to remain operationally flexible.
Intentional resilience has to be the new baseline.
Because you can't engineer a perfectly stable business environment.
No, you can't. So organizations are forced to build diversified source markets, implement robust scenario planning, and deploy adaptive staffing models.
The goal is to pivot operations the very second those real-time analytics indicate a shift in the wind.
Exactly.
So the final takeaway here, geopolitical volatility is no longer a rare episodic anomaly you can occasionally write off.
It's a permanent structural feature of the modern business landscape.
And the organizations that thrive going forward won't rely on a better crystal ball. They will be the ones utilizing AI to sense faster, decide faster, and adapt faster.
It's an environment that rewards pure operational agility over clairvoyance.
To leave you with a final thought to mull over, if AI algorithms can successfully sense our collective anxiety and shift strategic pricing within hours of a geopolitical event,
Yeah.
how long until these same sentiment sensors are deployed to predict and adapt to our everyday decisions before we even realize we've changed our minds?